friends, it's Krista and this is Books and Jams, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I am starting a brand new series today with this video, and it is a book haul revisit. So May 2016 was the very first full month that I was on Booktube 2 years ago. So I'm going to be going back 2 years and looking at my book hauls each month and letting you know books that I've read, books that I haven't read yet, books that I've already unhauled. We're going to just see how I've been doing with the books that I've been buying. Obviously, if you're around Booktube, you know that this idea I think started really with Kayla over at Books and Lala's channel with her closet unhauls. It was a fantastic series that she did during 2017. I loved watching them, and my editing is nowhere near where Kayla's is, but I am going to do my best to show you the original videos and let you know how I've been doing. So I have here my trusty old laptop. I'm going to be watching and reacting to the old hauls and show you how I've been doing. If you're just stopping into my channel for the first time, I would love for you to stick around, click subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope that I get to know you a little bit and that you enjoy this video. All right, here we go. Hello world, Krista here. I am super excited to share with you a May book haul. Before I get started, I just want to show you real quick the jams I'm wearing today are Serene. I used to always show my jams. This month I bought a lot of books, so actually today is going to be part one of the book haul. So the first one is a memoir called The Boy on the Wooden Box. And I don't really know much about this, but it's a memoir of Leon Layson, and it deals with Schindler's List as well. Okay, so here we go. First book, and I have not read it. I don't really have a whiteboard, so I'm using a 3-ring binder. But I'm going to keep track on here because I don't know yet how to do that on the screen with iMovie. So I've not read The Boy on the Wooden Box. So that's the first one going into this pile. But there we have first unread book. And the second one is a book I already read it from the library, and that's The Butterfly and the Violin by Christy Cambron. This has already been read, so now we're 1 and 1. Then my books that I ordered from eBay. The first one is called The Throwaway Children, and it's set in the same time period as World War II, but these children are sent to Australia. Not read. Throwaway Children. Another World War II book that I haven't read yet. Yikes. Then this is a book that I saw the movie and I heard a ton from Booktube about how fantastic it is. Read it. And that is The Martian by Andy Weir. It's really good. This is from a fiction guild that I'm a part of. So this month I received Dawn at Emberwild by Sarah E. Ladd. Haven't read it. Christian fiction. Probably would really enjoy it, but I haven't read it yet. So the two that I paid a couple bucks a piece for, I learned about also from Booktube, yay. But I heard so much praise for Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Station 11 was so good. We're even 3 and 3. And then also from that used bookstore, I heard that if you like the 80s and you like video games, that you would like Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Yes, I have read that. I did just watch the movie as well, and I enjoyed the movie because it's been so long since I read the book. And then on the dollar shelf at the back of this bookstore, I found book 3 from the Lemony Snicket series. This is called The Wide Window. And then I got a Civil War historical fiction called My Name is Mary Sutter by Robin Oliveira. I've not yet read this one. This is a good historical fiction haul. Final book I got from that bookstore is called In the Shadow of the Banyan by Vatty Ratner. Also have not read this one. Here we are again, tied up, 5 and 5. 2 more and then we're done with this part. So in another used bookstore in Richmond, I found Jojo Moyes' The Shipwrecked Brides. Haven't yet read this one. It sounds like a good one though. Have you guys read other Jojo Moyes besides me before you? Because I started collecting her and I still haven't read a bunch of them. Whoops. All right, and the last book that I have for you today is by one of my favorite authors named Ted Decker, and I picked up The Bride Collector, which is one that I don't have yet. It's one that I have read already, but I honestly don't remember. Read it. So we are tied again, 6 and 6. I do have 2 videos in May. I forgot to say that. I split it up in May because I apparently got a lot of books. Some things have not changed. All right, so let me go to the next part 2. So far I'm doing pretty good as far as it's pretty even, right? 6 and 6 of read between read and not read. I think things are about to get ugly. So the first 3 I got were the first 3 books in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, Cinder, Scarlet, and the third is Cress. Yes, I have read these. That's a good bumper. Next, I got another trilogy, which these are Ladies of Ashley Mysteries. They're by Christine Trent. This series I unhauled. So there's the first 3. I decided that I was not very interested. So far we are at 9 read, 6 not read, and 3 unhauled. And there's still a bunch more to go. As I've said before, I'm a sucker for Jane Austen and Jane Austen retellings, and this is sort of set as a historical fiction about a love story that was part of Jane Austen's life. Jane Austen's first love by Siri James. I bought a middle grade book called Stormmakers, which middle grade. I pulled this out during middle grade March, but I didn't get to it. I have been wanting to add to my classics library. I don't have very many classics and want to be expanding that, so I purchased this beautiful copy of Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. It's a Knickerbocker classic. It's still beautiful, and I didn't think that I was going to get to this one right away, so I love how pretty it is. And then 2 books that I heard about from Booktube are Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I unhauled this version of Mr. Penumbra, so I'm listing this as unhauled because I did get sent in a Christmas box this cool version, and so I kept this one because it was a gift, and I unhauled the version that is in this video. So I'm not counting this as not read because it isn't read yet, but I'm not counting it as unread. I'm counting it as unhauled. So there's that. And finally from Book Outlet, I purchased And We All Looked Up. Unhauled. All right, the next set of books are from a library book sale, and this first one is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I read that one. I read this. It was a little repetitive, and frou-frou is the word I want to use, but it was a good read last summer. I'm really excited to read this one called The Air Affair by Jasper Fforde. Haven't read this one yet either. I picked up The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I did read The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I actually listened to the audiobook. I've never read any Alice Hoffman, but I know that she's kind of a popular author, and this one is called The Dove Keepers. This does sound really good. I have not read any Alice Hoffman, so let me know if you think this is one that I should read soon. Golly, there's a lot. I have a feeling this might be kind of a trend as we go through this series. We'll see. I have a couple other books by Gregory Maguire, so I picked up one more. This one is Lost. Guess who hasn't read this one either? That's me. I did use this in a Try a Chapter tag, my first ever Try a Chapter tag, and it was interesting. I just never continued to pick it up. I think it's a good one for fall, like October kind of feel, because it's kind of ghosts, and I think it's a retelling of A Christmas Carol. So fall, December, November, October, somewhere in there. I've already read The Book Thief. I did read The Book Thief, yes. I picked up Brooklyn by Colm Tobin, and I read Brooklyn. I don't often read nonfiction, and this is also a memoir, Me Talk Pretty One Day by David Sedaris. Nonfiction. Haven't read this one yet either. Finally, the last book that I picked up from the library, I solely purchased because of the cover. It's a beautiful cover, and it's called The Watchmaker of Filigree Street, and it's written by Natasha Pulley. Once again, haven't yet read it, but it is still beautiful. I feel like I've heard some mixed things about this one, so I haven't been super eager to pick it up, but it's still really pretty, and it feels like buttery. And that is it. That is all the books that I bought this May. Added on to the books that I already talked about in part 1 video. Okay, so that is all the books. That was a huge haul. And I'm not that disappointed. Out of the ones that I hauled, I unhauled already 5 of them. I read 13 of them and didn't read 14 of them. That is pretty even. So although this pile is pretty big, in comparison to the haul as a whole, I think I did pretty stinking good. So here's what we're gonna do. I know in Kayla's videos, she unhauled books that she didn't read in the next month when she did these closet unhauls. I'm not gonna do that. I like having a lot of unread books on my shelves. I'm okay with that. However, there might be some in this pile that it makes sense to unhaul and that I should have read much sooner. So I want you to vote in the comments below for a book that I should unhaul and a book that I should read immediately. So let me just go through the pile one more time very quickly, just to refresh your memory of the books that I have not read yet in the past 2 years. So we have The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley, The Air Affair by Jasper Ford, Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens in this beautiful copy, The Stormmakers by Jennifer E. Smith, Jane Austen's First Love by Siri James, The Ship of Brides by Jojo Moyes, In the Shadow of the Banyan by Vadney Ratner, My Name is Mary Sutter by Robin Oliveira, Dawn at Emberwild by Sarah E. Ladd, Throwaway Children by Diney Costello, The Boy on the Wooden Box by Leon Layson, The Dove Keepers by Alice Hoffman, Lost by Gregory Maguire, and Me Talk Pretty One Day by David Sedaris. So of those books, which one should I keep? Which one should I get rid of? I'll be taking a look in about a week or so. I'll take a look at the comments and I'll decide based on which ones get the most votes, which one I should read or get rid of, and I will reevaluate at that point and let you know in my wrap-up at the end of the month what happens. So thanks so much for joining me on this journey. I am excited to take a look at all the books that I've bought in the last 2 years and to hear your thoughts on them. This month I'm pretty pleased with the statistics. Hopefully it ends up that way for me every month. I have a feeling there will be a lot of months where the unread is much, much higher than the read. But we'll see. Who knows? It will be an adventure and we will take it together. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to comment down below, give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be chatting with you very soon in another video. Bye!